Here with Ricardo. What deck did you play and what'd you place?
I played Cool Tune at the Ridgeland Regional a couple weeks ago. Things got complicated. I got 5th place, I think, something like that. Yeah, we'll do the profile right now. So, Cool Tune, a lot of things are pretty standard, although I will say this list is not great because of some coming conventional wisdom with the deck, but I also have some opinions on things. 3Q, 3 Reco, 3 Rotary. I only did 2 mix. You can play 3 of this, and I don't think it's bad at all, but, like, she's sort of the worst starter, but, like, in combination with any of the, like, good hand traps she plays, she works. So if you want to play 3, you can play 3. I'm just playing a slightly different ratio. And 2 clip, yeah, I know everyone says this is horrible. She's really not that bad. And I did have these situations come up a few times where, like, her best scenarios where you can use her as a hand trap, not to get long-winded about it, is if you can either do Red Seal on their turn, RS, using Reco, and you have more engine to play with, because that's a situation that happens, or if you have a little bit of engine in hand and normal hand traps and then like a mix. And the reason that's good, and like I think this is a thing worth thinking about, is because you can clip on their turn, use your mix, and then that does a thing that I think is really important where it establishes a body for the deck, because the deck doesn't actually have that many pushes. And then you restock one of the cards in hand you used with like an actual usable card, and this can trade with something on their inboard, which against a lot of decks in the format, in the previous format, because that's when Dracotail was around, that's not too bad. But, you know, obviously you're never planning to just have her by herself as your only hand trap. If that happens, you were probably not going to win anyway, even if she was another hand trap. So, but, you know, 1 is standard. You could play 1. I'm also doing 2 because there's like a cool crackle line to play around Super Poly, but I don't know how good that is or isn't. JJ, the 1 of, and the 3 KTS, 3 Overtake. Again, this was 2 weeks ago, and the 1 Genesis. That's what I'm playing over the 3rd mix. I just like having like the diversity of cards rather than clumping up on normal summons. So this to me felt better than having another mix. And that's going to be more standard in the future. Like, you're going to have to play another copy of this in Pros probably. So the deck basically just doesn't change.
So your replacement for the 2 overtakes is going to be 1 more Genesis and 1 more...
And a Prosperity.
Okay.
Yeah. But, you know, that could change in the future. Who knows? Then on non-engine, I am on, I think, 19 pieces of non-engine, something like that. Vidralis, Triff says it's horrible. I think Triff's smoking a little bit of dick. The card's really good, even in the matchups where, like, people think it's bad. It has its applications, and you just kind of have to play smart with it. Like, oftentimes, I think the issue people run into with cards like this is that they don't always work in the way you want hand traps to, where you're trying to like full stop the opponent. And if you open a crazy combination of hand traps, that can still happen even with this if you have to play them like that. But like a lot of times just popping something so you make them making their board more awkward, which like can make them, like in the mirror, make them have to use a tuner out of hand they wouldn't otherwise have to use. That was like a actual hand trap, and you send this, and then this is guaranteed trading with something on their inboard depending how they sequence. Or Dracotail back when it existed against Branded. Obviously, this is quite good. You know, I think he's really good. If you can't get him and you don't want to play it, it's not necessary, but it's felt good every time I've had it, like irrespective of matchup. And the ones that I think are kind of non-negotiable are Ash and Bell. These are just the best 3s. You can play Mourner if you're like on a super heavy negation hand trap lineup. Like if you play Side Frames. I am not playing Side Frames for a reason, and the reason is I hate them. But I did 1 Veiler in that event because as I've been playing the deck, like after the event, I bumped this to 2, and a lot of people are playing 3, and I don't think that's wrong. I just hate the idea of it because like I like my decks having like as many live 6 cards as I can. So that's like another place where this guy's good. But this is actually mostly in the deck just to pull out when you're playing against a branded board. You like bait their stuff out and then you normal queue. I think Triff talked about that too. Maybe so if people don't know, the reason this is really, really good, it's an okay hand trap, but if you play against branded and you get rid of their like you bait their other interactions, you normal queue, you bring this out and you let it sit, and they really can't stop you after that. So that's the main reason this is in the deck. And then 3 Imperm, I think should probably be standard. Sucks that it's not a tuner, sucks that it's not a monster, but Again, it's a really good 6-card, combines really well with, you know, every other hand trap in your deck. Fua, not super standard. Some people don't main it, some people do. I like it a lot. Even in the mirror, it averages you 1 draw, but then they don't get to do the board in the way that's good like they normally would. Like they have to spin the KTS on your turn to do Zolan Remix, which gives you much more of a chance. And then if you have a second copy, you can do one on your turn and you get another draw or two. And I definitely don't mind it. Like there's times where you resolve it and still lose, but like that's every card in the game. And then I main decked 2 Crown. This was I didn't mind these at all. They were really good every time I saw them. I don't know if I'll keep playing. Like, the fact that it's a 2 of bothers me, but there was nothing else I wanted to cut, and I didn't want to play 41. This is 40. But, like, every matchup that I saw this going second is good. It's also a really good going first card, which, you know, is not irrelevant. So yeah, that was the main 40 cards. This list is not great. I made it in like 5 minutes at the regional, but this card's good. I think all of these cards are valid choices. I don't think there's like super binary right or wrong answers on your non-engine in this deck. And I think there's just like give and take to all of it. And then on the extra deck, it's also pretty standard. It's the double track maker, double remix, double RS, which I don't think is mandatory. Like, I wanted to play 1, but I couldn't find other cards. I think the biggest reason you want to play 2 is so you can like start a push by going Reco and making this, and then like baiting a backer or something, and then you have another one in the extra deck to reveal in case you want to summon a Reco out, because a lot of times you do that play, you don't wind up using her effect. So that's the main reason I would keep playing 2 if I kept playing 2. The 1 Crackle, you really don't make her often, but you know, she has her uses. It's mostly good for OTKs. Loudness War, and then the B2B, and Zolan, Visas, because I'm playing the Dragon, Harmonia, Sins. On the day, this was Shooting Riser. It should be this. I just didn't have this, because this is mostly like a out for the roaches. And its send effect isn't irrelevant. Like, if you play against Malice, that's actually quite good. And then like branded decks or decks playing Fallen, when they do their Ecclesia, you let it go and then you pop whatever they summon out and then shuffle back the Ecclesia. That's actually really strong. I think this card is kind of bait. I hate it. I've never used it, and it's never been good when I've tried to use it. So I might cut it for anything else. But that is what I played on the day. And then on to the side deck. I'm going to save these for last. My side deck's only 13 cards because I wrote my deck list wrong because I was rushing to do it. And I wrote extra copies of cards that you can only play certain numbers of. So and I had to change my deck because this was a 3 of. It was a 2. I had to change it to 2 of to fit the cards that couldn't actually fit because me and the judges read the thing wrong. Doesn't matter. 2 Berulia, 3. Just play 3. 2 Droll for the matchups where it's good. Rose Whip, I sided it in a few times, but then never actually used it. People are right. This card sucks. It just doesn't make sense ever to summon it. Duster, Lightning Storm, this would have been a 2 of, but it's the same reason this is a 2 of instead of a 3 of. I messed up the deck list. So I had to play 13 cards. You need these for Solemns when you go second in like game 2 or 3s. Accusation, this is like I like this a lot as the going first card. Other Solemns might just be better, but like this was good against like Radiant Typhoon on the day to banish all their MSTs and stop Droplet and not stop Super Poly. So that just is what it is. But really strong in the mirror to banish all the KTS. Like, card's good, but you could do a different going first card if you want. And then these guys, which I hate because literally every time I sided them in, they're very strong. They're very, very strong. Don't get me wrong. When you see them and you know, you don't have the unfortunate thing happen, they're great. But every game I sided them in, and I think they did win me 1 game, but they lost me a lot more because every game I put them in, I drew this guy. I had 1 game where I didn't open him, and also, mind you, I was opening him and not them. But I had 1 game where I didn't open him against Dracotel, which I did lose to a friend of mine in game 3. And it could have been any other card in my deck, and I probably won, but my top deck was this guy. So if you want to main deck these guys because you think they're too good, fair enough. I'll probably keep side decking them, maybe, but I really, really hate these guys. This guy loves coming to your hand. The rarity doesn't matter. But that is the whole deck. Yeah.
Any shout outs?
Shout out BLP Kosher. Shout out my locals, and shout out to the venue that hosted the event.
Sounds good. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.